Welcome back, gang. It's D to the G, Deltia from DeltiasGaming.com, and in this video we're going over Guard, Alliance skill that a lot of people don't use, that it's going to be an utter game changer for tanks. Let me talk about it, show you, and talk about a build that I think will rock in the next patch. So Guard is a skill in the support skill line, and it's pretty easy to get. I think it's Alliance rank 6 or 7, but a lot of people don't use it until now. So what it does now is basically a single target ability. Instead it was an AoE that drained your stamina, and now it's just you can't regenerate stamina. So the good thing is you basically take 30% of the damage. Now, the 30% of the damage that you take is actually factored into your mitigation. So if you're a tank, instead of taking whatever the light armor wearer would take, you would mitigate the damage hopefully down and not take as much as what they would take. So you're going to guard like a healer or a high DPS target or something like that. Why? Well, minor force. Increases critical strike damage by 12% while you guard them permanently. That's incredible. Two downsides though, it's 15-meter radius and stam recovery disabled, just like blocking. Well, for a tank, that's not a big deal because we're going to be blocking anyways, and so you can still get back stamina a variety of different ways. So let me show you how this works. So what he's going to do is taunt or get aggro on a target here, and then I'm going to apply the beam, or you can apply it right now, your guard. So once he starts taking damage, you'll see the beam light up. See that beam light up? And he's already starting to take damage. So it's a pretty cool effect, and I'm mitigating the damage. Now, once I start blocking and taking the aggro here, you can see that I'm not regenerating any stamina. However, there's a trick to get around this that you will see. So once we come out of the range here, we have to reapply the guard, and it goes back to him. So remember, it's 30%. Other MMOs have 50, so it's not exactly the same amount. But you can see it's a lot lower than what his is. For this test to determine if it was mitigation-based, we had a blood spawn proc, and it was lower the damage, that 6,000 or so extra damage. Now, you can also proc blood spawn, taking damage from your enemy player. So there's going to be a lot of cool, different ways to use this and utilize it. So I want to talk about a build, though, that I have planned that I think will be really cool for Templar tanks. So I haven't made a Templar tank just because I really didn't like tanking with the Templar, but there might be some really cool new ways to implement Guard into a tanking Templar. So, for instance, heavy armor basically got changed. And if you look at heavy armor, a lot of the passes are offensive based and more resources back, specifically Constitution. So every time you get hit every 4 seconds, you gain magic, and guess what? Stamina back. So you can get up to 2,000 on this build. It's based on the amount of heavy armor equipped. So I'm in 7 heavy. Juggernaut, if you go down here, increases max health, so that's going to give me a lot of health. But this is really nice. When 5 or more pieces of heavy armor are equipped, you gain weapon and spell damage, and it can stack, giving you about 200 or so. So why is that useful? Well, it's asked for 10 times, 200. It's useful because tanks can be offensive now, and heavy armor really has a place, and not just useless for offensive-minded tanks. Rapid mending, this increases the magic or stamina your attacks restore as well. That's fully charged heavy, I imagine, but the heal and receive is really nice. So what are we going to do to take advantage of the new changes? Constitution. So basically, you're not going to regenerate stamina while you're doing this, but look at this set from Imperial City. Increases Constitution passes by 50%. Take the 200 and I think 25% bonus the Constitution got, add this into it, you can basically get back more resources than it takes to block. Additionally, with Engine Guardian as well, everyone hates that I use it, you don't really have to have any regen while blocking. You can get back tons of resources. So let me show you what this looks like. Okay, so we're going here to attack like 3 mobs, and just realize my add-ons aren't on, so you're not going to see everything. But you will see a green little number in the bottom once I'm holding block, and that's the Constitution passive giving me back resources. Essentially, with this black rose setup, all heavy armor, I'm getting almost 2,300 resources back every 4 seconds when I'm attacked. Ideally, you'd want to set this build up to use like the sturdy for reduced block cost, so it would basically cost you nothing to block on your armor traits, using potions, Engine Guardian, and then Blazing Spear is just killing them. Blazing Shield, rather. So Blazing Shield can also proc Burning Light with a high stamina pool. It now factors on that. doing a lot of damage. So you could either pump your health up or stamina to make that really, really valuable. So this is using the Templar tank as a template. I think this could work for any tank. Is this the best way to do it? I don't know, but it's kind of a fun, effective way to be able to use guard and then get a lot of resources while blocking. Also, another skill, if you want to maintain and be a little more offensive, is Power Bash. It's in the sword and skill tree, and it does a lot of damage. If you look at the tooltip, it is tons. And while blocking, it does even more damage, so think about that. All in all, I am super excited about guard changes. The tank is so much more fun, and this patch has really changed a lot of things for me, enjoying tanking even more.